journalist writer named James Agee lived among impoverished sharecroppers in rural Alabama. 5 years later, a book of realistic photos and writing based on the experience was published. The book was called Let Us Now Praise Famous Men. It sold just over 600 copies. When James Agee died at age 46 in 1955, he felt he had failed. Reissued in 1960, it sold almost 60,000 copies. Lionel Trilling wrote, "I feel sure this is a great book." John Hersey wrote, "There has never been, and there never will be, anything quite like this book." To live up to the Walker Evans images, Agee knew he would have to try in his writing to make words become people and things. We're pleased to read for you a short adaptation by John Beeman from Let Us Now Praise Famous Men. Tonight, the role of the wife will be read by Jane Erla. The role of the daughter will be read by Marianne Gustafson. Bill Rupert will read the husband. Diana Glassman will narrate. Curtain.
During the 1930s Great Depression in America, President Roosevelt's National Recovery Act, the NRA, attempted to provide work for thousands of Americans, among them our artists, writers, and musicians. One of the writers awarded an assignment was young James Agee, who was contracted, along with talented photographer Walker Evans, to document the bucolic life of the tenant farmers of the South. He assiduously interviewed 5 families from that population and surprised the Washington bureaucrats by returning with a scathing document of the plight of these previously overlooked and underserved people. They didn't know where or how to place this incredible piece of poetic prose until it summarily won that year's Pulitzer Prize for Americana writing.
How did we get caught? Why is it things always seem to go against us? Why is it there never can be any pleasure in living? I'm so tired, it don't seem like I ever could get rest enough. I'm as tired when I get up in the morning as when I lie down at night. Sometimes it seems that like there would never be no end to it, nor even a let up. One year, it'll look like things was gonna be pretty good, but you get a little money saved and something always happens. I tell you, I won't be sorry when I die. I wouldn't be sorry this minute if it wasn't for Louise and Squinchy here. Rest of them get along all right.
We become old. It's been a long, long climb. There will not be much more of this, then we will rest. Sorrow, nor sweating, nor aching back, sickness, nor pity, hopes gone, heaven's deafness. Nothing shall take or touch us more, not thunder, nor the rustling worms, nor scalding kettle, nor weeping child shall rouse us where we rest. These things shall be the business of others. These things shall be the business of our children and their children. We will rest.
In what way were we trapped? Where our mistake? What, where, how, when, in what way might all these things have been different? If only we'd done otherwise. If only we might have known. Where lost that bright health of love that knew so surely it would stay? How and how did it sink away beyond help, beyond hope, beyond desire, beyond remembrance? Where the weight and the wealth of that strong year when there was more to eat than we could hold? New clothes, grand finola, money in the bank. How did all of this sink so swiftly away? Like that grand August cloud who gathers day quiets dark and chills, and the leaves lather, and scarcely steams the land. How are these things?
In the years when we lived down by the river, we had all the fish we wanted. Yellow milk, enough to sell. We bought 2 mules. When we moved in here, I wanted to make the house pretty. I folded a lot of pattern paper and cut it into pretty lace pattern and hung it on the mantelpiece. Now I just don't care any longer. I just don't care how anything looks.
My mother made me the prettiest kind of dress, all fresh for school. I wore it the first day, and everyone laughed and poked fun at me. It wasn't like other dresses, neither the cloth nor the way it was cut, and I
made her such a pretty dress. She wore it once. She never wore it away from home again. Thank God, not one of you knows how everyone snickers at your father.
But I am young, and I am young and strong and in good health, and I am young and pretty to look at, and I'm too young to worry. So am I, for my mother is kind to me, and we run in the bright air like animals, and our bare feet like plants in the wholesome earth. The whole natural world is around us like a lake in a wide smile, and we are growing, one by one, in a terrible emptiness, and the leisure we shall burn and tremble and shake with lust, and one by one we shall loosen ourselves from this place, and shall be married, and it will be different from what we see, for we will be happy and love each other and keep the house clean and a good garden, and buy a cultivator and use a high grade of fertilizer, and we will know how to do things right. It will be very different.
How were we caught? What is it has happened? What is it has been happening that we're living the way we are? The children are not the way it seemed they might be. I am no longer beautiful. He no longer cares for me. He just takes me when he wants me. There's so much work, it seems I can never see the end of it. I'm so hot when I get through cooking a meal. It's more than I can do to sit down and eat it. How was it we were caught?
And seeing the multitudes, he went up into a mountain. And when he was set, his disciples came unto him. And he opened his mouth and taught them, saying, Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven.
Blessed are the meek, for they shall possess the land.
Blessed are those that mourn, for they shall be comforted.
Blessed are they that hunger and thirst after justice, for they shall have their fill.
Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy.
Blessed are the clean of heart, for they shall see God.
Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of God.
Blessed are they that suffer persecution for justice' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven.
Curtain.